Hi, welcome to Crafty Compulsions. My name is Valerie, and I'm so glad you could join me today. I'll be showing you part one in a series going through all of my coloring books and all of my completed coloring pages. I'm so excited to be sharing this with you. It's probably going to be a bit more chatty than some of my previous videos, but I hope you enjoy it. So I'm going to start with my oldest coloring books. This first set I have had for a long time and probably ones that I will never get rid of. This is Patterns, Coloring to Relax and Free Your Mind. It's a book that I purchased from Indigo many, many years ago. Printed in 2016. I'm not sure if that's when I bought it, but I used Crayola crayons for these, and I was mostly coloring these when I was in bed, half asleep, with barely any light. It was just something to do. Crayola crayons. I think this might be pencils. I don't know. This was a use every color in the box kind of picture, I guess. And I apologize, some of these might hurt your eyes. Some of the patterns are pretty crazy. I really like this flowered one. How that one turned out. I remember doing that one too. Still, I think it's just crayons. Just good old Crayola crayons. Woohoo! So you get the idea for what the book is like. Just big bold lines. If it wasn't double-sided, this would probably be a good book for alcohol markers, because look at how thick the black lines are. Some of these almost look like, like wrapping paper. This is probably the most recent one that I've done in here. And by recent, I still mean like 2 years ago. This one I did with Crayola crayons. I used really hard pressure and then I scraped off the excess wax and you get this really neat finish. See, there's a lot of pages I haven't done yet. Okay, and that's it. So patterns. This is the next book I'm going to show you. Good Vibes Coloring Book. Design Originals. I've seen this book on Facebook Marketplace, so I'm not sure if it's still around or one you could still buy. But I bought this from Michael's when they were still selling coloring books. Michael's Canada. And this is the illustrator. This is 2016. So about printed the same time as the pattern book. I probably got it around the same time. And I didn't really know what I was doing. I just saw it on sale and grabbed it and then started doodling. I've always enjoyed coloring. I colored a lot as a child, just Crayola crayons in a coloring book. I remember I had a Barbie coloring book and a Mickey Mouse coloring book that I really loved. This was Crayola pencils. Not done, obviously. This was with some water-based markers. I was trying to do a little bit of a gradient with the letters. I'm not sure I really achieved that very well, but it's the very beginning of my adult coloring journey. I remember doing this one during a cottage vacation trip. So that's it. There's one or two others, because it is perforated, that I took out of the book and actually painted, but those are long gone. So the Inspired Room coloring book, Creative Spaces to Decorate as You Dream, Melissa Michaels. I got it from a Christian bookstore that was going out of business. Let me show you what the pages are like. I don't have anything actually colored in this book. There was one or two pages that I that I pulled out and colored. I did do this a couple times. I took one of the smaller images, cut it out, and I colored it or painted it and used it in card making. There's another one. So that's that one. Christmas Color by Numbers, Georgie Fairns. It says 2022, so yeah, I guess 2 years ago. It was from Indigo in their clearance section. I didn't have a Christmas coloring book. I didn't have many coloring books at all at that time, and I wanted a Christmas book, and I wanted to try a color by number book. So here we are. The really neat thing with this book is that the colors are on this little flap, and isn't that neat? And then you have them right there. I mostly use Sharpie markers in here. There are a couple pages that I've done and cut out. I did that a fair bit in the beginning. I didn't think my coloring was good enough to stay in the book. I don't know. I have a binder with all of my loose completed pages, and we'll be going through that as well. Let me see, I'm not sure what kind of marker made that mark. Maybe these were watercolors or water-based markers? I don't know. This one's probably my best one in the book. I think I used Prismacolor Scholar pencils for it. I really like this one. This one makes me want to try coloring in it again. This one, it looks like I used a combination of markers and maybe I was trying to shade a little bit. Currently, I much prefer Mystery Mosaic color by number books. And I'd love to try the Disney color by number books from Hatchet Heroes. But I'm in Canada and they're very pricey to try to get shipped. So that's it for completed pages in this book. The next 3 here are from the same series of books, and I got them from Dollarama in Canada. And I got them because the images were simple and they were on white paper. I have one completed page in here. It's this one. I did use Prismacolor Premiere, so I did complete it more recently. And I'm really happy with how it turned out, probably a year ago. None of the other pages have really striked my interest to color, but I was happy with how that one turned out. And this is Princesses to Color. Oh, these do have illustrators too. This one is just such pretty. I don't have any completed pages, but I do have some playing around pictures that I did. So this is maybe Prismacolor Scholar. I was just playing around. Did a little ribbon here. And there's one more where I've done a little bit here. I really love these pictures and I struggled with them. So I don't know. These pages make me happy looking at them. So I just like the pages. So I'm keeping it as a book. Now this one, you can maybe tell from the cover how worn it is. So I have colored a fair bit in this one. So this was Prismacolors. And same thing with this one. This one was done with a combination of pencil crayons and Crayola Super Tips probably. The rest of the book, the rest of the completed pages were done with Crayola crayons, pushing really hard and then scraping off the wax. I really liked this technique. It was quick and easy. Just relax and color. You see there's some from some of the wax. There's some marks there, but that's okay. I got to experimenting with this technique a little bit. When you're doing this, the color that shows is the first one that touches the paper. So I would color this with white or a light blue. Do the little marks, and then you could take the dark blue as the background and color right over top of it. And then when you scrape it off, what you see is the white that was down on the page first. So I kind of used that to my advantage and tried a few different things with it, like this effect with the wings. Added some extra stars and things. Oh, and I added the stripes on the tail too. So not completed, obviously. And there's this one. And then this is the last one. And this one I did, probably just a couple months ago. I used gel crayons from Michael's Creatology. Just trying them out and seeing what they were like in here. So a lot more, they come off a lot more vibrant than the Crayola crayons. And I scraped some of the wax off, some of the extra wax off too. Just the colors are much more pigmented. So that is the end of my first little chunk here of coloring books and completed pages to show you. And these are coloring books that will just sit on my shelf. I'll probably never get rid of them. They just make me happy and remind me of when I was starting out to color. And who knows, I might go back and finish them, but right now they're not in my rotation of current books.